Bob Davis saw goals galore between Melbourne and North.
Yes, North Melbourne in the first half kicked 17 goals 8, and they did it with a great deal of ease. They played extremely well, and the two Cracker boys yesterday passed the ball to Blight as well as I've seen kick the ball being kicked for a long, long time. In fact, it was a delight to watch the whole North Melbourne side play. I thought that they combined very well together, especially after watching the week before when Hawthorn destroyed them.
Well, but 50 goals, does that mean that the defences weren't even there?
Well, it means, Robert, that there were a lot of loose players coming away from the back lines almost all the time. And for the Melbourne side especially, I mean, poor old Jacko cannot chase anyone. I mean, he tries to chase them, but as each step goes, he gets 2 steps behind. So, you know, there is one loose going up the ground all the time. It does make it a lot easier for him.
What about this report that he's victimised by the umpires? What do you think of that, Bob?
Well, at the risk of saying, is it the same Barassi that took Malcolm Blight off the ground for kicking a magnificent goal when he was supposed to play it to the centre, and yet we see Jackson continually want to have an argument with the umpire, an argument with the players alongside of him. Look, the fella came out in the last one and took one of the nicest marks you've ever seen. He ran out, he lifted himself up off the ground. If Barassi taught him to do that, or controlled him to do that, he would have a chance of being a full forward. He's got no chance while he wants to jostle and argue with the umpires.
So they deserve free kicks, huh?
No, he didn't deserve the free kick.
You can't treat everyone the same, though, can you? People have different personalities. I mean, it's no point taking him off if he's your only forward you've got, is it? Despite you, just cut off your nose despite your face.
Mr. Hyde was the perfect example. They must have more forwards than that if they've kicked 22 and he hasn't fired.
Well, they've got Healy for a start.
Well, Healy kicked 8 goals yesterday, and Robert Flower, who surprisingly started the game at full back yesterday on Malcolm Blight, which is another unusual move.
Well, I asked Barassi last week that same question. Where would you play him?
Well, I don't think that I'd play him full back. Supposedly nowadays, modern football says that the half back line is the starting of most of the attack moves of the game. And certainly he could probably play there, or he could play in the centre because he's such a talented player. He went into the forward line and kicked 3 goals in about 3 minutes and got them back into the... Well, they never really got back into the game, but they did kick.
You said the Crackers were the Fizzer brothers last week. Now, and they played well this week,
as you see the game, you can only say it as you see them play on the Saturday. The week before, they were terrible.
But they're champs, aren't they, Bob?
This week, their movement of the ball and their kicking was absolutely tremendous. This fellow, that's not the... See that little bit of play there? The ball, he just put it over his left hand and said, oh, I'll go around this way and see how it goes. It was unbelievable play. And for a team to be able to take off a 7-goal...
Was he injured, though, Bob?
Sure, well, he just sat there. He just sat there on the bench, had a cigarette and just sat there. And
Melbourne couldn't be far off it, Bob. They've had 3 good performances now.
I don't think that's quite right.
Got to have 6.
I don't think that's quite right that they've had 3 good performances.
Was that a good performance yesterday?
No, not a crackerjack performance. Teams are... Look, the big teams take Melbourne, I think, a little bit easy. And they might get close to them, you know, get up with them. But when there's a bit of pressure, just like Carlton did to Geelong yesterday, when the pressure came on, North just went and kicked another 7 or 8 goals. Yes, Peter,
Vote for the World of Sport Adidas Award, Bob,
I gave 1 vote to Robert Flower, who, after being shifted from full-back, went up into the forward line and played a damaging game and, you know, really showed what football is about. Gerard Healy, who kicked 8 goals from the forward pocket and clearly upset Bridus and Holden, a couple of those others there. He got 2 votes, and I thought that Gary Dempsey played one of the best games that I've seen him play for a long time. He marked the ball well, and for quite often yesterday, he kicked the ball, which is most unusual. You know, normally they go past him and feed from him, but he kicked the ball and nicely to position.
Right, thank you, Bob.